Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Mecole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Yellow.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Dolphins, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete to Tony.
And I don't think he got there, no. Geez, short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feel.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to, even though he does it well on the run. And
under pressure, and they got to him again.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Now Hill to return it.
It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And it'll be Dolphin football.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Chiefs had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss, because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Miami. 51 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Harris. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's Allen. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Allen going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On first down, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now.
And a loose football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Damian Harris, 37 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now here's another carry for Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, we might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. And now they'll throw with Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So certainly not at all what you're looking for here to start the third quarter. A fumble on their opening drive.
Not at all. You're exactly right about that, because this had a chance to be the drive to put everything away. A touchdown here, that might have put everything out of reach for them. They definitely handed out a lifeline to the defense on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, Mahomes finding his burner, Hardman, for the KC first.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll get this one to Kelce. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 36 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes caught on the slant. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They go play action. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 22, Allen buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
2 yards left on second down from the 9.
At the 9-yard line.
Mahomes to throw once more. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. Now Mahomes. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
43!
On second and 10, Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 7.